Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, once again our topic of discussion is compactness. Let me recall that the notion of a compact set is the generalization of the property of closed and bounded intervals on real line R. And what is that property? It is stated by Edward Hien and Emily Borel and now known as Hien-Borel theorem, which states that every open cover of a closed and bounded interval has a finite subcover. In this lecture, we will study about sequentially compact sets and countably compact sets. Let us recall the definition of a sequence. A function whose domain is the set of natural numbers is called a sequence. There are three notations for a sequence. This is the first notation and we read it as sequence of elements a1, a2 up to so on. This is the second notation and we read it as sequence of elements an such that n belongs to n, the set of natural numbers. And this is the third notation and we read it as sequence of elements an. The image an or a of n of element n is called the nth term of the sequence. Sequence of real numbers is a sequence whose codomain is the set of real numbers, while sequence of complex numbers is a sequence whose codomain is the set of complex numbers. When a metric space is the codomain of a sequence, then we can introduce the notion of a bounded sequence. Bounded sequence. A sequence an is said to be bounded if its range is a bounded set. That is, the range consisting of all terms of the sequence is a bounded set. Observe that sequence an denotes a sequence and is a function. On the other hand, this set consisting of terms of the sequence denotes the range of the sequence and is a set. For a sequence with a metric space as its codomain, we introduce the concept of a convergent sequence. In particular, we recall the definition of a convergent sequence of real numbers. That is, the codomain of the sequence is the Euclidean metric space R. The sequence a1, a2, a3 and so on of real numbers converges to real number L, or equivalently the real number L is the limit of the sequence an, denoted by these are the three notations. Limit n tends to infinity, an is equal to L, limit an is equals to L, or an approaches to L, if for every epsilon greater than 0 there exists a positive integer n0 such that for every n greater than n0 implies Euclidean distance between an and L is smaller than epsilon. That is, each term after the n0 term lies in the open interval from L minus epsilon to L plus epsilon. This open interval is epsilon neighborhood of L. So we say a sequence an converges to L if for every epsilon greater than 0 there exists a positive integer n0 such that each term after the n0 term lies in the epsilon neighborhood of L. Or equivalently, every epsilon neighborhood of L contains almost all terms of the sequence. Subsequence, consider a sequence a1, a2, a3, so on. If ni is a sequence of positive integers such that n1 is less than n2 and n2 is less than n3 and so on, then this sequence an1, an2, an3, so on is called a subsequence of sequence an. Now we define sequentially compact sets. A subset A of topological space X is sequentially compact if and only if every sequence in A contains a subsequence which converges to a point in A. इस definition में बताया जा रहा है कि topological space X का subset A सीक्वेंशली कंपैक्ट सेट कहलाता है अगर इसमें मौजूद हर सीक्वेंस के लिए एक सब सीक्वेंस मौजूद हो जो कि सेट ए के पॉइंट को कन्वर्ज कर रहा हो या जिसकी लिमिट सेट ए का एलिमेंट हो. Example 1, let A be a finite subset of a topological space X, then A is sequentially compact. Topological space का हर finite subset हमेशा sequentially compact होता है, क्योंकि हम जब finite set में सीक्वेंस लेंगे तो वो सीक्वेंस के लिए ज़रूरी है कि वो एक ख़ास टर्म के बाद कांस्टेंट सीक्वेंस बन जाए, मींस कि उसकी हर टर्म एक ही फिक्स नंबर आना शुरू हो जाए, तो फिर यकीनन वो सीक्वेंस उस फिक्स नंबर को कन्वर्ज कर रहा होगा, और वो नंबर चूंकि सेट ए का मेंबर है लिहाजा सेट ए एक सीक्वेंशियली कंपैक्ट सेट होगा. एग्जांपल नंबर 2, द ओपन इंटरवल from 0 to 1 on the real line R with the usual topology is not sequentially compact. ये सेट क्यों sequentially compact नहीं है? क्योंकि अगर हम इसमें ये सीक्वेंस ए एन 1/n लें तो ये सीक्वेंस कन्वर्ज करता है ज़ीरो को, लेकिन ज़ीरो इस सेट ए में मौजूद नहीं है, तो ये सेट ए सीक्वेंशियली कंपैक्ट सेट नहीं है. आइए अब हम एकमुलेशन पॉइंट या लिमिट पॉइंट की डेफिनेशन को रिकॉल करते हैं. लेट ए बी अ सबसेट ऑफ topological space X, a point P in X is an accumulation point or limit point of A if and only if every open set G containing P contains a point of A different from P. That is, for every open set G containing P, we have A intersection G minus P is empty set. The set of accumulation points of A denoted by A prime is called the derived set of A. Now we define countably compact set. A subset A of topological space X is countably compact if and only if every infinite subset B of set A has an accumulation point in set A. इस डेफिनेशन में बताया जा रहा है कि टोपोलॉजिकल स्पेस X का सबसेट A एक काउंटेबली कंपैक्ट सेट कहलाता है अगर इसके हर इन्फिनिट सबसेट B के लिए इस सेट A में एक एकमुलेशन पॉइंट ऑफ B मौजूद हो. The definition of a countably compact set is motivated by the Bolzano-Weierstrass theorem, which states that every bounded infinite set of real numbers has an accumulation point. Examples. Example 1. Every bounded closed interval from A to B is countably compact because of the Bolzano-Weierstrass theorem. Example 2. The open interval from 0 to 1 is not countably compact. The infinite subset B consisting of elements 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, so on of set A has only one accumulation point 0, but 0 does not belong to set A. Now we study relationship between compact set, a countably compact set, and a sequentially compact set. Theorem 11.9. Let A be a subset of a topological space X. If A is compact or sequentially compact, then A is also countably compact. Topological space X का सबसेट A अगर compact set हो या sequentially compact set हो तो फिर set A ज़रूर एक countably compact set होगा. Proof, हम assume कर लेते हैं कि A compact है और ये prove करते हैं कि A countably compact है. Suppose that A is compact, we need to prove that every infinite subset B of A has an accumulation point in A. We will prove the first part of the theorem by the contradiction method. That is, we will assume that A is compact, and further we will assume that there is an infinite subset of A which has no accumulation point in set A, and then this assumption will lead us to a contradiction that the infinite subset of A is actually not infinite. Contrary assume that infinite subset B of A has no accumulation point in A. Then for each A in set A and open set GA containing A, GA contains at most one element of set B. Why? Because if every GA would contain another element of set B, then this element A would be a limit point of B in A, but we have assumed that B has no accumulation point in A. Then the family consisting of such GA for A in set A is an open cover of A, and because A is compact, this is reducible to a finite cover of set A, or this open cover contains a finite subcover, say GA1, GA2 up GAM. That is, B is contained in A because B is a subset of A, and A is contained in the union of GA1, GA2 up GAM, and GAI contains at most one element of set B. This is because of our construction. This implies B is finite. Why? Because B is a subset of this finite union, and moreover, each member of this union contains at most one element of B, so B is finite, a contradiction to our assumption that B is infinite and has no accumulation point. Thus, every infinite subset B of A has an accumulation point in A, hence A is countably compact. For the second part, we assume that A is sequentially compact. If A is finite, then the proof is trivial. Let B be an infinite subset of set A. As B is infinite, we can take a sequence Bn in B, which is a subset of set A, with distinct terms. Each member of this sequence is different from the other members of the sequence. Since A is sequentially compact, the sequence contains a subsequence, say Bn1, Bn2, Bn3, so on, also with distinct terms, which converges to a point A in set A. Hence, every neighborhood of A contains an infinite number of the terms of the convergent sequence Bni. But the terms are distinct, hence every neighborhood of A contains infinite number of points in set B. Accordingly, A is an accumulation point of set B. In other words, A is countably compact. This completes the proof of the theorem. Note that a countably compact set may not be compact or sequentially compact. For example, let T be the topology on the set of natural numbers generated by the following sets: set of elements 1 and 2, set of elements 3 and 4, set of elements 5 and 6, so on. Let B be a non-empty subset of N. Say N0 belongs to set B. If N0 is odd, then N0 plus 1 is a limit point of set B, because every open set which contains N0 must contain this N0 plus 1 when N0 is odd. And if N0 is even, then N0 minus 1 is a limit point of set B. Why? Because every open set which contains N0 must contains N0 minus 1. In either case, B has an accumulation point. Accordingly, this space is a countably compact. That is, N is a countably compact set with respect to topology T. On the other hand, this N with respect to this topology T is not compact, since this open cover G consisting of open sets, the set of elements 1, 2, set of elements 3, 4 and so on, is an open cover of N with no finite subcover. We cannot reduce G to a finite cover of N. Furthermore, this NT is not sequentially compact, since the sequence 1, 2, 3 and so on contains no convergent subsequence. Now it is natural to ask this question: when a countably compact set is also sequentially compact? कब countably compact set sequentially compact set होता है? The answer to this question is given in this problem 1. The sufficient condition is discussed in this problem. Let A be a countably compact subset of a metric space, then A is also sequentially compact. Proof: let A1, A2, A3 be a sequence in A. If the range of the sequence B is finite, then one of the points satisfies An0 equals to An for every N in N. That is, this sequence behaves like a constant sequence after a fixed term N0. Hence, this subsequence, whose every term is the fixed number An0, is a subsequence of the sequence An, which converges to the point, this fixed point An0 of A. In other words, this A is sequentially compact. On the other hand, suppose this set B, the range of this sequence is infinite. By hypothesis, A is countably compact, hence the infinite subset B of A contains an accumulation point A of set A. But X is a metric space, hence we can choose a subsequence an1, an2, an3, so on of the initial sequence an, which converges to the point A in set A. Why? Because take ani in open sphere whose center is A and radius 1 by I. This is a nested sequence of open spheres. For each I in n, then limit I approaches to infinity, distance between A and ani is 0. In other words, this subsequence is a convergent sequence, and hence this set A is sequentially compact.